Yes, y'all. You know what it is. It's them kids and wives and 925s, but we are still married to the games. Episode 298. You guys don't understand. Those out listening in podcast land, the ones that we appreciate, you. Yes, you. Yeah. Oh, watch that car. Watch that car. Yes, you.
Yep.
You have to understand the excitement that me and these guys feel. It's your boy Gabe Patillo, by the way, with Chris McCracken and Ed Placencia. No Tim Router this week in a strange turn of events. A last minute, a last minute schedule change, and we lost Tim. We couldn't work it out. It sucks. Tim, we miss you. We'll see you next week. But you can't understand the excitement. Next week, in midweek, like we record on Wednesdays, we'll be recording episode 299. And then starting the weekend, people are flying in for episode 300. And we'll be recording episode 300A on Saturday night. Episode 300B
Getting hype.
Back on Wednesday. And I mean, it's next week. I just can't even right now.
What the heck?
I can't even. Like the excitement level. I can't even. Oh my gosh.
It's going to be so amazing. All of us just hanging out in your shed. It's going to be great.
Be just sweaty, hot and sweaty.
I know. I think I was the first one to find his shed on Airbnb.
Don't tell Franklin it's on Airbnb. Gosh.
Oh, no.
That's right.
Oh, Chris McCracken, can you even at this point?
Oh, yeah, I can even.
You can?
I can even. Man, look, this is my third one. I am excited.
I know. I think you, Stancil, and maybe Q, if Q makes it to 300. Will you guys be the three that have been to all three? Is there somebody you can think of that I'm missing? Because the Lighties missed Stacey. The first one.
Yeah.
And then Arkman Noah, who I think is coming this time.
Oh, you know, Scotty Lindsay, if he comes, he'll have been to all three. Scotty
Lindsay would have been to all three. That's right.
Yep.
Oh, my gosh. This is crazy. I mean, do y'all understand? It's every 100 episodes. It's almost every 2 years.
Yeah.
And these guys have been rolling. I can't even.
That's so, I mean, yeah, it's just so hard to fathom, you know, because it's not just like a 10-minute drive to the gas station. People have to plan this out.
Yes.
And it's just
months in advance.
Yeah. They have to save money and they have to give up vacation time. And it's crazy that we've got a community that does this.
We are so grateful.
They have to hope that we will give them information in a timely manner so they can ask off. And we did it this time
for once. Oh my gosh. Shout out to Disaster
so cool.
though. Disaster said he was going to come, got in a car accident, can't come anymore.
Criminy.
Dude, we are so sorry. We're glad you're okay though. He said he's only just a little sore.
Yeah, so definitely.
Chris McCracken.
Yes.
What's going on with you, brother?
Oh man. Well, it was a good weekend, a good long weekend because we had off for Memorial Day. This is the first Memorial Day where we have not had a pool, like just in the backyard.
Yeah.
So that was a little weird. A little bit weird because it's clearly, you know, that and 4th of July of all the holidays are the two that always in my head is like, okay, we're having people over and we're having, you know, people in the pool.
Yep.
And so this is the first year where that didn't happen. So that was a little strange, probably more so for Stacey because she's the real big pool advocate. Like I would get in and have fun, but like she would live in the pool if she could. You know, she's like she's one of those people. Me, you know, I'm like after my 5th layer of sunscreen, I'm like, oh, maybe I should go inside for a bit, you know, because the sun's not nice to your boy.
Yes.
You know? It's great to her, you know.
That's right.
But before that, on Saturday, so
that's hilarious.
I don't know if I've ever mentioned on the show, but 2 years ago now, Stacey and I put ourselves on the reservation list for a Tesla Model 3.
Oh, yeah.
Did you really?
And, yeah, we did.
I remember that. You did.
So,
I think maybe me and you just talked about it. I can't remember. I didn't know that.
Yeah. And so I've been checking my little update timer that says, you know, the time frame of when possibly our reservation will come up. And the way that they work it is that The ones coming off the assembly line right now are the high mileage one, or the hyper. I forget how they term it, but it's the one where the battery that can go to the larger battery.
Was it
can
300 or something?
310 miles, and the standard battery is going to do 210. So basically 100 more miles.
I thought it was like 260. I thought it wasn't that big a difference.
The Model S is 260. The Model 3 is the base is 210.
Toby got his Tesla, and they were saying, "You want the bigger battery?" And he's like, "How much further do I go?" They're like, 40 miles. He's like, I'm all right.
Did he get a Model 3 or a Model S?
Which one's the really nice looking one?
That's the Model S.
That's what he got.
Yeah, the base model on the Model S, I believe, does 260 or 265.
Yep.
And then the next one up of the ones they currently sell goes to like 325 or something. It's not huge. But in the Model S or the Model 3, yeah, it's 210 or it's 310 at the moment. Or maybe like 220 and 310. That's a big difference. I could be off a little bit. Yeah, that's a pretty big difference. And so if we decide that we don't want the extended range one, then the next time that it extends your time out, because those are the ones coming off. The extended range is coming first, then the standard range, and then after that we'll be following like the performance model and the really hot, the really fast ones that, if I had all the money I could get, that's the one I would get. But I can't afford that, because even once you get all these options put into place, it starts to be an expensive car. Yeah, that $35,000 base price goes way up.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Exactly. Did you get any add-ons for yours that you have coming?
Well, we haven't actually been called in yet. My time frame got moved to where they said between June and August is when they'll call us in if we want to do the extended range model. And so basically what that has meant is that I've okay, so now I'm really looking into what would it cost us? What would insurance be? I'm trying to get all the numbers actually in order, because when we pre-ordered it, or not pre-ordered it, but we made a reservation way back when, I was like, look, we've got years to figure out if we want to do this, and if not, we just get our reservation money back. It's no big deal. So now it's we're pretty sure we want to do it. We just got to figure out how do we make the numbers work, and how does it all work out. And so we went up to in North Texas. There's a Tesla store in the city of Southlake, which is not too far from where we are. And they were the first store in Texas to get a Model 3 actually there that you could go and sit in. You can't test drive it, but you could actually see it. It's in the display in the showroom, if you will. And it's on.
How is it much different than the S? I
mean, yeah, it's pretty different. The S is very much when you sit inside of it, it looks like a car, a traditional car. So you've got in the middle console, the middle dash area, it's got the big LCD that has all your information. And then it has a traditional instrument cluster, if you will, but it's just a screen with a digital display, really. But it's shaped like a normal instrument cluster.
Yeah.
In the Model 3, there is no instrument cluster. The only thing on the dash at all is this strip that goes across the center of it, and that's the vent that you can control with the touchscreen. You can slide it around and point it where you want to.
Oh, and it's just got the screen in it.
It has a 15-inch LCD right in the center. So if you have your hands on the steering wheel, where the speed displays as you're driving is just to the right and slightly above of your right hand.
Yeah.
Yeah. And honestly, I had a friend a couple years ago that had a Mini Cooper, at least one of the first Mini Coopers when they first kind of revived them and were showing up back here in the U.S. And back then, anyways, I don't know if they're still this way, but their instrument cluster was in the middle, and I did not like that.
That's right. I remember
just going in, I was like, I don't know if I'm going to like that. But when you're sitting in it and it's it's really not that far, especially when you're driving, you just kind of glance over anyways. You're not really paying attention to that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. And there's
right where your cell phone usually is when you're texting.
Yeah, exactly. when you're watching your Netflix movie in traffic.
Safety first.
So there's things about it that I'm just I don't really know if I'm gonna like this or not. But there's so many things that I do like, and I love the whole EV thing. Especially now where we live 4 miles from work. Oof. We should be all about that EV life right now. Yes. And so I don't know how it is in Indiana or how it is in Tennessee, but here in Texas, we still have state inspections. And a state inspection can be $70 because it's your inspection, your registration together, or more, depending on what it is.
Right.
And they're so a state inspection for a Tesla is $7.
Exactly.
They're basically just making sure your wipers work and that your brakes work. There's nothing else for them to check. There's not a drivetrain. There's not an oil. There's not, maybe the suspension. Make sure that the lights
so bad,
work.
Kind of. I've been driving Toby's the last couple days, and it's just Oh, and I know the S is like you're saying. The S is different from the 3, and looking inside the 3 and knowing what's inside Toby's is very different.
Yes.
But that S is just, oh gosh, it's so banging.
So we're
Right?
just gonna look at and see what we want to do. I mean, both of our cars right now are paid off, so we're not in a bad position. I mean, we'll be able to make something happen, and we know that both of our cars are old, and one of them is not going to last too much longer. We got to think. So regardless of whether we get the Tesla or not, we're going to be getting another car in the next year or two. So it's like, but if we're gonna do it, we might as well get the one we want. You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
So we'll see how that goes. It was fun to go and actually see one finally in person, though. After all these years of just seeing them on, the internet and being like, "Oh, look,
does it have the self-driving?"
Yes, it has autopilot, which is not so autonomous driving is completely self-driving car. It's not fully autonomous. It's called semi-autonomous. So you're still supposed to have like your hands on the steering wheel. It's more of like if you're driving late at night and you're getting a little bit restless or whatever, you can kind of like take it a little bit easy. You don't have to focus as much, and you kind of, or if you're in heavy traffic and you're getting nervous, it kind of helps you and assists with that. But you're still supposed to have your hands like on or close to your 10 and 2 and yada yada. But there's an option that they're coming out with later on to have full autonomy but it's got to pass through all the regulations and all that kinds of stuff. So
I did, and I think that's what Toby's is what you're talking about.
Yes, autopilot.
I did that. Woo! That junk feels crazy.
Does it?
Yeah,
I can't even imagine.
Yeah, I'm on like a 35 mile per hour road by my house, and I put it on just because I wanted to do it on a slow road.
Yeah,
and you can set like how many car lengths you want to be behind the car in front of you. The car in front of you stops at a red light. It stops at a red light. They speed back up. You speed back up. A corner happens. It takes the corner. It has this thing called summon where you can just like stand outside your garage and you press it on your cell phone and it opens the garage and backs out right up to you. I was like, okay, this is nuts.
Now it doesn't do like 90-degree turns and things like that. The advanced autopilot, but once they release the full autonomy, in theory, that's what it's supposed to do. Down the road. There's no release date.
Even though hadn't it hit a person already? I think
there's been accidents. There's been accidents that have been attributed to autopilot.
They've all been very stupid
other ones
things,
that haven't.
Like a car hit somebody going 60 like into the back of a truck, and you're like, what was the person doing in the driver's seat?
A lot of them have actually been like other people like, oh, this person ran a red light, so the autopilot ran into it because it's doing its job. It's driving,
Right. And it doesn't look at lights. It's not going to stop by itself at a light.
Which is where it comes into they specify in their things like, look, this is not take your hands off the steering wheel and play chess. You're supposed to still be paying attention. It's not, they go out of the way to say it's not autonomous. It's not self-driving. It's just an assistant kind of thing. And it's really good at it. So,
yeah.
But I mean, we'll see. We still have a little ways to go, but it just was exciting to finally actually go and see one in person.
Yeah, really.
And be like, oh man, it's like getting to the point where it's going to actually happen at some point. It's around the corner. I don't know when, but we'll just have to see how it goes.
Nice.
After that, went to my nephew's birthday party that evening. So it was a lot of fun to finally see him. My brother's going to be keeping him for the rest of the summer. So we may actually have him come over a couple of times.
What'd you end up getting him for his birthday? Because I know you went shopping for him, but then you saw the God of War statue.
We got him Best Buy gift cards because
there you go.
At his mom's house, he got an Xbox One. I don't know if it was the X. I don't think that it was, but he got an Xbox One. And then his dad's, he has a PS4.
Right.
So we wanted him to have the flexibility to buy for whatever he wants.
Gotcha.
So we just got a Best Buy gift card rather than, a PlayStation card or an Xbox card or whatever. That way he could use it for whatever. And actually, I think if I remember right, my brother told me he ended up buying an external hard drive because they were running out of space.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Nice.
So outside of that, we went and visited my grandmother, who unfortunately is in the hospital right now because she came down with pneumonia. Man. Yeah, pneumonia. She is on the mend. They're going to keep her in there. We found out today they're going to keep her about one more day, and then she should be getting released. So fingers crossed on that.
Yeah,
my in-laws came down, Stacy's parents. They picked up a bunch of stuff. I don't know if I've ever mentioned it on the show, but my my mother-in-law, is a garage sale fiend. So she can sell anything. So anytime we have stuff we want garage sale, we take it to Oklahoma.
I like that.
Well, we had this. We replaced our bedroom set and like the dressers and the bed and the mattress and all that kinds of stuff. She just took pictures of it and she'd sold it. And she's like, I need to get it up here. So she came down. They came down with a truck and a trailer and we packed it all up and they took it on back. So
Wow.
they're up there. I mean, it's amazing. I don't know how she could sell ketchup to someone wearing white gloves. You know, I mean, she could just do it. Ketchup popsicle. I don't know what it's about.
Oh
She's
my
just
gosh.
woman knows what she's doing.
Oh, jeez.
Let's see. Oh, and one other fun thing that I found out just yesterday.
Yes.
Mhm.
I found out the official date, at least as of right now. It could change, but it shouldn't, of when the next lip sync battle is.
Oh my gosh.
That
That's
will be
already on the horizon.
Friday, August 3rd.
Yes.
And I already have my 2 songs picked out, and I just got to start working on the costumes because I got to defend my
wow.
title. So
Chris
I am
is back in
excited.
town.
Yeah, I'm not giving any hints, but I'm just going to
Nope.
tell you, it's going to be good.
Better
It's going
than
to be
last
better
time?
than last year. Oh, yeah, it'll be
What?
better than last year.
How?
It'll be better because, man, that's how you do it, baby. You go home.
Oh my gosh. That's amazing.
Let's see. On the gaming front,
Yes.
it's been
what this podcast is about.
yeah, exactly, right?
It's not a car podcast?
Mostly, it should be, man. We should do a car podcast. I don't know what we talk about, but
I know,
it'd be
right?
See
awesome.
you guys next week. I saw a car.
Punch bug. Yeah.
Right.
Slap a Jeep. There you go. So mostly it's been Overwatch just because I've been wanting to try to get as much stuff as I can out of the anniversary loot boxes.
Yeah.
I've gotten pretty much every dance that I wanted out of the game so far, which has been awesome.
Good.
The little dancing
Good.
modes, they're only around at the anniversary event. A couple of them I did purchase just because I didn't want to wait. And then
I
a
know
couple
that's
of the
right.
other ones I got to drop. Been playing some more Runner 3. I haven't got to spend as much time with it as I would have liked to with the busy weekend going on. But I have been playing some more of that. It's still a lot of fun.
Good.
It's definitely I don't know if harder is the right word, but the fact is that Runner 1 and Runner 2 were on a single, like a 2D plane, if you will. And this one, the camera will move around.
Ooh,
And when it
jack
does
you up.
that, it makes it to where it's harder to judge distances or
That's
when to hit the
right.
jump button on some things.
Uh-huh.
So it is harder, but I feel like it's one of those things that once I kind of get used to it, it will seem normal. So, because I've had a couple people reach out to me and be like, man, do you feel like this one's harder? And I'm not quite there ready to say, yes, it's harder, but it's taking me a little bit longer. And the one thing that's could be, it's kind of fun, but it's also kind of annoying is that and I don't remember this being the case in Runner 2, but it'll tell you like, this is your 21st try at this. This is your 20,
yeah.
like each time you
really?
end, it'll
It'll
go like,
rub it in
it'll
your
go with the
face.
next number. Yeah. So that's got to like rub it in just a little bit more and make you, because before if you kept screwing up, you don't know. You just, okay, back to that cool music and just keep getting those bricks. But now you know, oh, this is my 87th time. All right, cool.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But
Nice.
that's really been it, is just Overwatch and Runner 3, and it's been a ton of fun.
There you
Nice,
go.
man.
Eduardo,
Yes, sir.
what about yourself, man? Where are you?
I am in the upstairs bonus room of the Stansel's house.
Oh, you've been with Stancils all week, huh?
Yeah, we got here last Thursday and we leave tomorrow, Thursday. So it's been a great week. Oh my
It
gosh.
seems like it based on all the photos. Goodness.
Dude, it's been really cool. And it's just been nice because
yeah.
we've gotten to hang out with Stancil before. So I knew I loved that dude. And I've, met Becky before. But Sarah had never met either one of them in person.
Oh, she
And
hadn't?
No. She talks with Becky a lot. Becky's in a lot of her online workout groups and stuff, but they'd never
Right.
actually met face to face. So it was one of those things of, I'm pretty sure they're going to get along, but it's like, but I hope they do.
Does
And
Sarah not get along with people? I can't imagine somebody she wouldn't get along with.
That's true. And I mentioned that to Becky, and Becky said, well, I was more concerned that she wouldn't get along with me.
Oh, please.
I know,
Really?
right? It's just
I
funny
have
because
met
she's
Becky,
the
and it's
nicest.
like, how can you not get along with Becky?
Exactly.
You have to try hard.
Yes.
Right?
She loves
Exactly.
Stancil, by the way. So we know she has the patience of a saint.
That's right.
The man only wears flip-flops.
That's true.
But it's just been such a great week, and I loved watching Sarah just have a blast and laugh and enjoy the time. And they've been exceptional hosts, showing us around Seattle. It's our first time being here, so they've been super gracious and super
You've never been to
generous.
Seattle?
No, man.
Where
I
have
didn't know
I
that
been?
either.
I know.
Or where have you been? Sheesh.
Not in Seattle. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
Do you love it
Yeah.
though? Don't you love it?
It's really nice. At first, it just it reminded me of San Francisco, but just not as busy and crazy, and
it's not as crowded. That's for sure.
Yeah,
it's spread out a little bit better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. And we've been very fortunate that we've had super sunny days every day, which is really nice. So it's been really cool. Got to see some relatives that also live up here, so got to see them as well. Yeah, it's been just a really, really great week.
Did you get to see Gil?
Yeah, Gil came over. We had a cookout. I got to meet his wife Connie and Gil's 2 kids for the first time.
She's awesome too.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, just such a cool family, and it was really cool to see Gil in his family element as well, and just so nice. So it's been such a really, really welcome time of just kind of getting away and relaxing and just been really great.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's been super sweet. When it comes to gaming,
hold on a second.
What's that?
We got to talk about this Hot Ones ripoff.
Yes.
So unless you were about to wrap that into the gaming thing.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Stancil had an amazing idea.
Yes.
All right.
He asked me if I'd seen this Hot Ones YouTube channel before, which I think Gabe had pointed out to me as well. Where
I love it.
A guy who interviews people, and throughout the interview, they gradually eat hotter and hotter hot sauce.
That's right.
And so Stancil said, hey, what if we did a similar thing, but instead of an interview, we try to play a game, and the loser can't drink water.
That's right.
So I agreed. Terrible idea. Terrible.
Just from the setup, it's bad.
Man.
It doesn't sound pleasurable in any way.
I know, right? But I thought, you know what? It'll be cool to get all the way to the last one, and just we'll both be in pain. It'll be funny, what have you. And it went downhill real fast. Well, not real fast.
Not real fast. You guys had a good probably 15, 20 minutes of the first.
Yeah, the first 4 were pretty good. Some of them tasted better than others, but they weren't super. It was like if I was in a restaurant, I would probably take a sip of water, but it wasn't like killing me.
Right.
And then we
went to the one. Nidhogg.
We played Nidhogg. I was severely outmanned. He just destroyed me.
You didn't win not one, I don't think.
Nah, man. No.
Wow. Yeah. He abused you. You guys should have chose a different game. You should have Mario Karted or something.
Afterwards, Becky, his wife, said that kind of seemed a little lopsided.
You should have done 1v1 Overwatch. You could have destroyed him.
There you go. See? But we went to the one that he told me on the Hot Ones channel. It's always the one that if people make it past that one, they're okay. But this is going to be the one.
That's right.
And
did he go out and buy them all? I just need to know the details behind how this happened.
He did, yes. He'd been gathering them. He found one that had like a coffee flavor, and he's like, "Oh, Ed will like this one." And he, intentionally went out and got the bomb, which is it was the bomb for sure. So he collected all of these, and I don't remember offhand how many Scovilles the bomb was.
128,000, something like that.
Something like that. The one
which you guys jumped from 28,000.
Yes, a huge jump.
Yeah, a ginormous leap.
I could not fathom. In my head, I was like, okay, this last one wasn't too bad. I can do this times 7 or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And
oh my gosh.
Knowing that the last one, had we gotten to it, was 2 million.
Yes.
I can't. We struggled. We immediately struggled.
I got to say this. As a fan of Hot Ones.
Yes.
I was a little disappointed. Here's why.
Why is that? Yeah, tell me.
Because in the thing, they talk about it being Stancil's idea, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Ed has not got to drink a sip of water the whole time.
Right.
After they do the bomb, which I knew was going to be a problem because I watch Hot Ones and that's always the corner that gets turned. Usually people don't quit between the bomb and the last one. Like if you did the bomb, then you're going to be able to make it. You take it all the way home.
Right.
Ed, they both take the bomb hot sauce and their Struggle City Stancil is snotting on himself and
Dude,
laughing, and it's just
milk
like
snot out the
it's-
nose.
Oh yeah, it's disgusting. It's just like so gross, but he can't help it because they're coughing. They're both in pain. They're trying to play Nidhogg and trying to like. But Ed, if you watch Ed, like he's really like. There's times where he's just breathing and okay. After they get finished and Stancil starts slamming the water and the milk, Ed picks up the next one. And he says, all right, this one's 300,000 something, and it's hotter than the last one, and he's shaking it up, and he's ready to do it. And Stancil brings up the idea of quitting. And I was like, wait. Because in in Hot Ones, yes, the guest usually, can quit.
Yeah.
But the host usually eats them all anyway.
Really?
Yes.
Nah, that wasn't going to happen.
At the
This was not the Hot Ones.
And so I was like, oh my gosh, Ed's going to push through. And once Ed heard Jason talking about quitting, I think that let down Ed's guard. And Ed was like, you could tell in Ed's eyes, there was no real option of quitting. You just have to push all the way through this thing because we've started it.
Yeah.
But once Stancil was like, should we forfeit? You feel Ed like, oh yeah, we can forfeit. Nobody's forcing us to do this. We're not getting paid to do this.
Right. And it was so, even though it may have looked like I was just kind of breathing, it was horrible.
Was it really?
So I couldn't do it. There's no way. I wouldn't have made it to the second one.
Oh, me either.
It was so bad. And so I was just trying to get to the next one real quick so I could maybe have a chance at some water or some milk. And that's why I was like, okay, the next one is, because I did not give us any time to talk about anything. And
it was just so hot, huh?
It was horrible. And Stancil afterwards said, one thing you really can't see on the video, he said, is how much he struggled. He did not want to bring up forfeiting. And he said it was a struggle to even say it. And
I was like, no. I was like, this was your idea. You gotta push through right now. Because you could tell that you guys were hurting, but it didn't. I don't know if it was coming across that it was like quit hurt.
Oh man. It was
just so bad.
It was so bad. It was horrible.
Now let me go on record real quick.
Yeah.
I couldn't have done it.
I couldn't either.
I could maybe have made it to the third one because you guys did like, it was like 2,500. It felt like it went like 1,200, 2,500, 1,700, 28. 17,000, 28,000, 128,000. Like it was like the jumps got really big.
They got real big.
Gosh.
And then once you got to 128,000, you said the next one was 300 or something. And then the next one was 2 million. And so you're like, you're taking ginormous leaps at this point.
Yeah. And I knew there was no way I could do 3 times that thing, the bomb. And
but you were gonna.
I was gonna just because I wanted to get to water.
Yeah.
Because here's the other mistake that I feel like was made.
Yes.
The fact that you had to eat it and then play a round of Nidhogg.
Exactly.
Like there's no quick to the milk. You
right.
know what I'm
exactly. Which was part of our brilliant idea. How funny will it be to watch us struggle as we try to get to the end? And then I realized when we played, oh yeah, the first time I played this was the first time I played this, and Stancil was really good. He destroyed me. And so this was like maybe the third time I played it. And, and so I realized, I am outgunned here. But it was I think the next day around 4 p.m., we were still like, can you still feel it in your stomach? We're like,
Are
yeah,
you
I can.
serious?
I can feel it. Yeah. And
jeez.
So yeah, I can't even imagine going any further in what we would have felt. We didn't feel anything as far as pain the next day, taking care of business or anything, but which we were both afraid of. But it was struggle city. So
jeez. Well, you guys are braver than me.
Yeah, I would not have. There's no way.
I want to say
I
I
would
would
have brought that up, and
it.
I would just been like, nah, that's not happening.
I'm not good with spicy though. I'm not good with spicy.
We can bring the bomb to 300, and you can give it a little taste.
I can watch you give it a taste. And
I might
doing it
want to
again.
do it like on the tip of my tongue, but I don't know if I could
There you go.
a chicken nugget
No,
like you guys.
I'm
do.
not even doing that, man.
Yeah, do it on the tip of your tongue. We can do that.
Is it? Yeah. You sound a little too happy with that decision. yeah. Just try it on the tip of your tongue. That sounds great. Yeah.
That's kind of like, this milk tastes horrible. Here, you taste it. Tell me what you think. And then,
oh my gosh.
as far as gaming goes, the only other thing I've been playing this week is freaking Stancil bad influence that he is on me. Clash Royale, anyone?
What?
Really?
You have Edward?
I hate it. I hate it.
Oh, okay.
It's
Hate it, love it, hate it, or hate it?
Yeah, like hate it, like Candy Crush hate it.
I hate it more than Candy Crush. It is.
Really?
And Stancil tries to reason with me like he does with his kids. He's like, now explain to me what it is that you don't like about it. And I'm like, you know what? 15 games in a row losing doesn't make up for one win.
Oh, so you won't be joining the clan is what you're saying?
No. I just don't have a strategic mind. I can't think ahead. I just throw guys out there and tell them to have a good time and write me a letter if they get safety.
Yes,
But
I feel you.
yeah, so I will be deleting it as soon as I leave the area. So there's that.
Yes.
That's hilarious.
That's my week.
I'm glad to hear that you guys are having an amazing time.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
That's awesome.
I want to be jealous, but I know that in a week from now,
I know, right?
we'll all be together. So I just like bottle it up.
I want to be jealous, and I am. So I'm just gonna straight up admit it. I mean, come on now.
I know. I feel you.
One of these days, Stacy and I will finally get to see and meet Sarah. Still,
I know,
the
right?
only ones
Oh,
that
yeah,
haven't.
because she's not coming to 300, is she?
No,
No,
Oh.
I'm telling you.
I don't know if she actually really exists. I think they're all Photoshop pictures. I know Ed can do some Photoshop.
That's
Yep.
true. He
Yep.
can. He got props for the Memorial Day one. That's how good he is.
Yeah.
That's good.
Oh,
What
man.
about you, Gabe? What have you been up to this week?
Yeah. How's it going?
We did the K-Love Awards last weekend,
Oh, nice.
which is
All
showing.
right, there you go.
By the time everybody hears this, it would have been yesterday, on
Mhm.
Thursday on TBN. It's the first
Ooh.
K-Love Awards that'll be on TBN. So did that over the weekend. That was stressful because it's centered around the fans. It's not an industry event.
Yeah,
So there's a lot of kissing babies and shaking hands and
Yeah.
right.
being with the people, you know?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
which is good, and it's not bad. It's just hard and long, and you know, it's just the days are long, and there's just a lot of oh yeah, and you want to give everybody attention, the attention they deserve, because it's the fan awards. Like we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them. You know, it's funny because of how some people look at some artists, the way they view fans is that's their boss. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You're
Right.
only as famous as your fans.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so, you know, so you want to give all you can to them, but it just can be exhausting as well. Anyway,
Sure.
so they went good, and we opened up the show, so that was fun.
Good.
Memorial Day was fine. I don't remember really doing anything. I texted my dad and was like, hey, I don't know what you think about today or how you feel about today, but my grandfather, lost his life serving our country. And
Oh, wow.
so it was, you know, those days are about him. Jenny actually has an ex-boyfriend as well who lost his life serving our country. And so, you know, we just kind of talked about them and, you know, and what it means to serve and what it means to kind of put yourself in harm's way for somebody else. And, you know, that's why I kind of felt the gumption to, and I think it was the first year we've done it, but the gumption to say something about Memorial Day. Somebody just kind of brought it to my attention, like, you know, it's not Happy Memorial Day for everybody. You know, when you turn on the television, it's like Memorial Day sales, come get your couch half off. And you're like, yeah. And, you know, you forget what maybe Memorial Day is really all about. It's not Labor Day. It's not Veterans Day. You know, it's about those that died. It's just about those that died. It's not like about those that served and about those that died. It's about those that died.
I saw this image which, you always have people every Memorial Day, I feel, at least around here, and I'm sure you guys see it too, where people try to do that and they try to put it in context and, hey, it's not just about sales or whatever, and whatever you can get a good deal on or a day off of work necessarily. And I saw this one image that I think somebody had posted it on Facebook or something like that, but it showed a picture of a beach and all these people having fun on a beach. It said, your day at the beach is you can do that because of their day at the beach. And it was showing a picture of them storming Normandy.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh man, that's a powerful way of you can't put it better than that right there. Yeah, that's, man, that was good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
So, it was a little sobering this year, and I hadn't really thought about my own family history and Jenny's family history or relational history that, kind of tied in with Memorial Day.
Yeah.
So, it was just kind of a different day, which was nice. I was glad to have it kind of framed in that way and to think about it.
No, that's good.
And then I think I talked to you guys last couple of weeks. This is stupid, but that doggone tooth that was giving me a hard time.
Oh, yeah. What's up with that?
That thing yanked out yesterday. So that was...
Wait, you yanked it out?
By a dentist?
Yeah, I grabbed a drill like Chris was saying. And
yes! Did you really?
No, come on now.
Oh, God, man.
I have to sing for a living. Man, you want me to infect my whole mouth?
I mean, you just put some antiseptic on it. And
I knew I had to. Oh yes, y'all tonight. So I couldn't just go in there with a chisel and hammer.
And you got me all excited.
Got that table saw going.
Yeah, exactly. Kick that thing
back
back
that was
up.
going to be our next biggest video on YouTube channel. Cade pulls his tooth with Chris's drill idea. With hot sauce.
Exactly. Just rub some hot sauce in the socket.
Right. I can't feel my mouth.
Yeah, exactly. So did that yesterday. That was no fun. As far as gaming goes, I jumped into that old Detroit.
Ooh,
Become Human.
How is it?
I really like it. There's some things I could complain about up top, but I'm not gonna because it's slightly spoilery. But there's a little all right. But I do like it overall. It feels very Quantic Dream. I did record it. However, for some reason, the recording of me messed up.
Oh no!
So I might just overdub a commentary because I already have an hour of it recorded. And then I'll just move on from there because then we'll still have the different, endings and how it goes and stuff like that. So I might do that instead of going back and faking it.
Man, I've been seeing people putting up videos of their walkthroughs, and I've got such FOMO right now with that. I'm just oh man, I want to be playing that.
I know. So I got an hour under my belt in that one. Has anybody heard how long it takes to beat? Because I can't imagine it's more than a 12-hour game.
No, I've not.
I wouldn't think
heard.
so, but I haven't heard anything.
Yeah. But yeah, they do a good job at you understanding your role as an android, and I feel like you feel the rub pretty early.
Yeah.
As far as how non-android people view the androids. And you jump into, I don't know how many stories there are going on, but you jump into Connor and Jesse Williams and the girls, the three that are kind of on the cover.
Right. Is it pretty smooth moving back and forth? Is it too jarring?
Yeah. No, not jarring at all. At least at the beginning. And so it kind of moves seamlessly through them. And so that's kind of nice. And they each have such different roles and such different atmospheres that they're in. So it's really cool to feel the different temperatures of the scenes. I'm really blessed by some of the responses we got from the interview with Troy Baker that released today.
Yeah.
That's been awesome.
Yeah.
That's been really cool just because I don't know, Ed is our interviewer. He's good at interviews. Yes, you are. And it's so the whole time I'm interviewing Troy, I'm like, be Ed Placencia,
dude.
And so the fact that people are getting more out of it than just entertainment value, and it seems
that's awesome.
Really enjoying it at a deeper level. So yeah, that's really awesome.
It has been awesome.
Yeah, if you haven't listened to that, go back. It's all about Troy.
Yeah,
and so it's really cool, and he's got some great things to say. This weekend I'll be at Carowinds. I don't know where that actually is. I want to say
I think it's on the border of
Carolina.
North and South Carolina.
Yeah, I want to say it's a Carolina someplace.
Okay.
So I got that this weekend, just one show out and back. And then it's just
and that's not too far from Tennessee, right? So that's not too long of a drive, right?
It won't be too crazy. I'm hoping to see the Greens there.
Eric very
Green.
Nice.
Hoping to see an old friend of mine named Lisa Parks and her husband Nick. So I got a lot of running around to do that day, but hopefully get to see some friends. So that'll be good.
Really. That's awesome.
Good deal.
It's coming up. Oh my goodness, that next week. All right.
I didn't know what was just happening.
I don't know what just happened.
Amara, grab the mic.
Exactly. I was just excited for that old 300. Oh Lord, have mercy.
Right?
All right. Shoot, who's doing this? Ed, you got it?
I got it.
Well, let's do it!
All right. We got some new releases to talk about this week, you guys.
Let's hear about them.
And there's a big one, Pokemon Quest, out for the Switch.
Free. Free to try.
Is that one also like on iOS and Android, or is that not that one?
I don't think it's that one.
I don't think it's that one. It's free to try to start, something like that.
They call it, free to start, and I don't really know what that means.
Free to get you hooked, and then you'll need more of the crack, so you'll pay.
Exactly.
But it costs $50 to turn it off, so good luck with that.
Oh, no!
Yeah, it's like an 8-bit Minecrafty something.
Yeah. So there you go. Pokemon and Minecraft.
Real-time action RPG is what they're saying.
There you go. Switch
I
people
might download it just because it's free. Are they liking it?
I don't, probably.
I should download it just because it's free.
You should and report back.
I know, right? Maybe the kids will like it.
That's true.
Do they watch Pokemon at all?
All
right. Well, there you go. But
Amar liked Pokemon Go when that was a thing.
Oh, that's right. There you go. You never know.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Well, let's see. We got Ikaruga also for the Switch. So,
woo!
Knock yourself out.
That's not free.
That's not free. Sega Genesis Classics Collection for the PS4, Xbox One, and the PC. Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection for PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. Yoku's Island Express for PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC.
What was
Moonlighter. What is it? Yoku's Island Express.
Oh, Yoku's. Okay.
Yeah.
Yakuza Island. No.
Yeah, that's what I heard, and I was like,
yeah, that's where my head went first. Right?
Yeah. Wishful thinking there.
Yeah.
A game called Moonlighter for PS4 and PC, and Smoke and Sacrifice for the Switch. There's some new games there for you guys.
Yeah, Smoke and Sacrifice. That sounds cool.
There you go. And Piper's Talk of the Week, throwing it to you guys for some news.
Exactly. No oops, I'm guessing. That's great.
Oh, I forgot about the oops. You guys do a news story. I look for some oops.
I don't think I would just say we didn't have any. We did have some.
No,
it was about it was about me. I said Soul Calibur wasn't a console.
Oh yeah,
it was a console exclusive, and it was in the arcades. It and its predecessor, which was called something else, not Soul Calibur.
There you go.
Wait a second. Who did that? Oops.
A couple people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Robert Darrell Good Jr., Josh Stapleton.
Just making sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's another person, but we can't say his name this week.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Banned.
Banned upheld.
Yeah, Mr. Not So Kosher.
I like it. Chris.
Yes.
Kick us off, baby.
All right. Well, there's been a lot of stuff that's been going on in the news in the past since our last show, but I'm going to start off with this is a bit of a sad news, but I feel like we've got to touch on this topic because I feel like it's a pretty big deal. Okay. So there's a game critic named John Bain. He kind of went by the alias Total Biscuit or the Cynical Brit. And he had announced in 2014 that he had been diagnosed with cancer and that he was receiving chemotherapy and radiation treatment. And then in 2015, Bain announced that his cancer was indeed terminal, that he continued to work on his popular YouTube channel, which was Total Biscuit, and the Co-Optional Podcast, which was the podcast that he did. And he passed away on May 24th of cancer. He gained he kind of came to prominence because he covered a lot of different PC games, and he also was a professional caster for a couple of games like StarCraft 2 and PlanetSide 2. And his YouTube channel had grown to over 2.2 million subscribers, and he was one of Steam's top curators. He had more than 800,000 followers on there.
That's incredible.
Yeah, and I remember it's so crazy. One thing, the most horrible part about all this is he was only 33.
He was super young.
Yeah, I did not realize that.
Really, yeah, and he leaves behind a wife, and I believe they had a little child as well not too long ago.
Wow.
And it's like I can remember when I first was getting really into following different people on YouTube. I never followed Total Biscuit, but just because he was so, so popular and so many people would reference his videos, I watched a lot of them even though I never actually subscribed. And it's just crazy. And I think he was actually, I don't remember exactly the year, but he was also one of the Game Awards trending gamers, and he had to accept his award via satellite because he couldn't be there because he was going through chemotherapy treatment.
Doggone it, man.
And it's just one of those things when the tweet came across and people started retweeting it that he had passed. It's like, it just didn't feel real because just so young, and he's so prominent that it's one of those things you just take that so much for granted that you just think, oh, they're going to be around,
they're going to
forever.
pull out of it. Yeah, you just think,
exactly. So, man, cancer is no joke.
Yeah,
cancer
really
freaking sucks. Like I was so mad at it, and anyway.
Yeah, but I just wanted to touch on that just to give him a little fare thee well send off because rest in peace, because it's he just it's a bummer. It really is.
Yeah.
Good on you, Chris. Do another one.
Another one. Well, this is in some more like
No, do a happy one. You don't have a happy one you can do?
Oh, you want a happy one? You want a happy
one? I
one?
want two sad ones back to back. That's like somebody being like, you want to hear the bad news or the bad news?
Well, no, it is sad, but it's more in like a kind of funny sad.
I'll be the judge of that.
I'm not saying that one, so there you go. So instead, I'm going to go along with this. Mega Man 11 has been announced. And it has a release date of October 2nd, and it's going to be coming out on the Switch, PC, and Xbox One, and the PlayStation 4.
That's right.
On the Switch side, it is going to be coming with a new amiibo that, as I understand it, only works on Switch. I don't know if is this the first one that's come out that's like only a Switch-only amiibo? Because technically speaking, don't all the other amiibos still work with the Wii?
I don't know nothing about amiibos.
Okay, well, this one's going to be coming with an amiibo, and it's a fancy little dancy one. And I watched the little, whatever you call it, the trailer for it. And I actually was like, hey, this looks kind of cool. I like it's basically Mega Man, but the art style is a little bit different. You can tell it's updated a little bit. And I was like, oh, that looks kind of cool. And then I saw all the platforming and all the crazy stuff you got to do. And I was like, nah, I'll just watch other people play it. That's what I'll do. I'm not going to actually play it.
I'm definitely going to play it. Definitely.
Yeah.
It feels like a rite of passage for some strange reason. Like, it feels like every so often you just get your butt kicked by a game, and that one looks like it's going to kick my butt. So that's what I'm signing up for. It would
definitely kick mine. I'm just not good at the strategic platforming game.
Cuphead was the last one that I felt like just like handed it to me.
And that's what's nuts. So you got Cuphead, and now you've got the Mega Man 11 that has a somewhat new art style that both of them I'm like, these look really pretty. But I know they would just give me a huge headache, so I'm just going to look at them while other people play them. I wish I could, man. Man.
No, I feel you on
I could probably do like the first level or two, and I'd be like, oh, yeah, I got this. And then it just demolishes me. It's like, well.
Yeah, I think it's funny because sometimes you end up a little better than you think, because I remember when I bought Guacamelee, I was like, ooh, this game is about to tear me up. And I ended up beating that game. But when you watch the previews, you're like, oh, I'm not going to remember how to do all jump, dash, climb, jump, wall jump, dash, uppercut.
I'll agree with you there, because I thought the same thing. And then I think it came up on PS Plus. And I was like, oh, well, let's give this a shot. I think the art style is cool. And I ended up getting the hang of it as well. So, yeah, I mean, that's true.
Every now and then something like, and I give that more credit to the developer than I give to myself. Like, sure, I can learn something, but the developer still has to lay it out in a way that makes sense. Right. And I feel like they've, like, unlike, I don't know, to me, what I naturally wanted to do in God of War was not the controls they wanted me to use. Now, I got the hang of it and became fine, but I still feel like even at the very end of the game, I wasn't using Kratos to his full potential. just because I wasn't used to it, you know,
Mm-hmm.
or it wasn't what was natural for me.
Yep.
So we'll see, but I'll definitely play that one. I want to play that, and it just seems like it'll be so perfect for the Switch. Oh, I mean, come on now. This is kind of funny. PUBG dev is suing Fortnite.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
For copyright infringement.
Great.
In Korea. And so I'm not understanding what legs they're standing on here.
Okay.
They're kind of saying that they're concerned that Fortnite might be replicating the experience for which PUBG is known.
Yes.
Oh, so the H1Z1 experience?
Exactly. That's what I'm not understanding. I'm like, is PUBG been around a lot longer than I thought, or is it not H1Z1 or DayZ that had already happened?
Yeah.
And I feel like that, and Chris, you speak into this too, because I think you've played both too. I feel like they're very different games.
Yes.
Yeah, the core mechanic, I guess you could say, is the same, or
No,
the rule set. Really,
that's not even the same.
it's more the rule set. I mean, like the rule set of the game itself. Like the objective is it's 100 people. You want to be the last one, and there's a dead zone that keeps shrinking, forcing you to get to the middle. So that core aspect of it is the same. But the way they go about it, yes, they're different. They're different in the way that they look. They're different in the tools that they use to accomplish it. They're different in specific mechanics that they use.
But that's
that's what I'm saying. That's so weird.
It's like, Naughty Dog suing everyone else for being like, hey, we made a game where someone goes on an adventure. Everyone else, we're suing you.
Yeah, exactly. Oh,
what
my
in the
God.
world?
Yeah, well, the thing is that I think that they're not. Their lawsuit is isn't it in Korean courts? So I don't know. Maybe they've got different laws and things over there where it gives them a chance at winning this. But I feel like if this were in the U.S., it's like how. Now, granted, judges and stuff like that, I doubt that they're really much up on their games and understand all that kind of stuff. But from a legal standpoint, like I feel like it couldn't float here. I just don't think it'd be you'd be wasting money. Granted, they've got a lot of money to spend, but I don't see how they think they could win that if it was being done here. I don't really know what's going on over there.
I mean, however much money they have to spend, I feel like Fortnite has a little bit more to defend.
Well, these days, yeah.
Sheesh.
So what I'm finding is that PUBG came out in early access in March of 2017. King of the Kill early access came out in February 2016. So it seems like
because the people who made PUBG or started the Blue Hole, PUBG Corp, however you want to look at it, I believe that they worked on H1Z1 and then broke off and created this on their own, if I remember right.
So it's just weird that like anybody could think that PUBG could sue Fortnite.
Yeah, it's like a bank robber suing one of his partners because they stole his share of the loot.
It'd be like, we both stole here.
Right.
Yeah.
And like, so initial release also for Fortnite was July of 2017. Granted, that's after March, but there's no way you're making Fortnite in 2 months.
No, not at all.
You know what I'm saying? Like, ooh, this great game called PUBG came out. Let's copy it real quick and put it out 2 months later.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's just, this just smacks, in my opinion, of desperation from them because
exactly.
they've come out with like statements of late that are like, oh, we're really going to hunker down on optimizing our game and making sure it runs really great because Fortnite's running all over them in terms of performance on their game. And then two, it's like, well, I don't know. I don't feel like you guys are saying, like, how can you can't own that concept, you know? And it's like, not only that, it's like, you think Blue Hole is probably like,
it's not original to you anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Not only are they doing it better than us and they're beating us at our own game, if you will, but we're also, in a way, paying them to do it because we pay Epic for the license for the engine that we're using for PUBG. So they're getting beat by the people that they're paying to use their engine.
That just doesn't make any sense.
It's like, so I get why they're like feeling down on themselves, but like, this is not how you fix it. You get better. It's like Kratos said, don't be sorry, be better.
That's a kink That's a kink there because I forgot that they're using Epic's engine. That means they would have seen the game way, way early.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If say Fortnite were to copy PUBG.
Yeah.
But
But
PUBG
again,
to me still is so different.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can
You know what
make
I'm
a
saying?
much bigger case that PUBG is a straight ripoff of H1 than you can the opposite. Just
I
because they
totally agree.
literally look the same. Like if you just glance like 5 seconds, look at the stream, go look away. Now 5 seconds, look at this different stream and look away. You'd probably think they were the same game.
Even the way they do
yeah.
the inventory.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of similarities there. Anyway.
Yep.
This got my jollies going
Mm.
and my tummy.
Jolly Ranchers. Jolly.
Sony
Mhm.
looks like they might be working on their own version of a classic mini console
Hmm.
Really?
in the form of a PS1 mini.
What?
Hello.
Yes, please.
Mhm.
I will take 2, but I'll probably take 0 because these things are impossible to get your hands on. And so just knowing, you know what, I'm not a huge bandwagon guy, and I think it does come down to the games because it's not
Yes.
like Sega hasn't released something like this before.
Mhm.
So Nintendo wasn't the first one to do it, but they were the first one to break into news all over the world about
Right.
how many they were selling. And then
And yet
obviously
we're going to find out that when this comes out, Nintendo's going to sue Sony for copying them.
Yeah, exactly. Sega's like, hey, we did it first.
You can't copy our classic console idea. Shut up, Sega.
Yeah, shut up, Sonic. So we own you now. Remember, you're on Nintendo now. And so they haven't released a game list or anything like that yet, but it just looks like they're working on it, and that makes me feel.
So is it like a
extremely
trademark that was registered, or where does this come? Like, why are they thinking this might be a thing?
Yeah, so he said John Kodera, the CEO of Sony Interactive Entertainment, said we are constantly digging up past assets. I think there are various ways to do a classic console. There have been discussions happening within the company on what kind of ways are there. So, yeah, I will.
Right.
Again, I'll take 2.
Yes, please.
Yes, a guaranteed more than anything way to get me to get it and find a way to get it is you put Metal Gear Solid on there.
Oh,
Mm.
I mean, they have
Wow.
to, right? Don't they have to? I mean, that's the only problem with like PS1 and PS2. Their
Yes.
game catalog was so large
Mm.
and they had so many good games, especially for the time. Because, like, for Chris, that makes total sense. I don't think Square Enix, they would let them put Final Fantasy VII on there. But, like, it was breaking all kind of records at the time and, you know, helped solidify the PS1 as the place to play your video games. That,
Yeah.
you know, I wouldn't doubt it. But I don't know how many first-party things they had going on back then.
Yeah, I don't know either because that's where it would be a big question mark. It's like, well, there's a lot of I feel like from memory anyways, that most of the games on that system, well, actually, you have to know that most of the games on the system were third-party games. So it's like, well, can you work out all those licenses and make it to where it's cool to put all those games on a classic console? I mean,
Right.
Nintendo on the NES and the SNES, don't they have third-party games on there? They're not all just Nintendo published games, are they? I don't remember.
I think it's pretty close to almost all of them.
Really? Okay. I mean, that would
Yeah,
make
'cause I wanna
that
say
would
it's
make
like
more
Star
sense. It
Fox,
feels like that'd be much easier to do.
F-Zero, Donkey Kong, Kirby. It's a lot of Nintendo. I don't know if I can't say they all are.
Yeah, honestly, to me, it feels like it's when we get to this N64 classic, if that indeed is a thing, that's where I feel like third party really broke out a bunch, like
They'll have to
Wave
branch
Race
out.
and 1080 and all that kinds of stuff,
Uh-huh.
which are some of the games that I had in the earlier days of it.
1080,
So,
boy. Come on now.
yeah.
Woo. Yes, Lord. What else you got, Chris?
So Valve's Steam Link app is out on Android, but it's not out on iOS.
Yeah, weird.
And as far as we know, it's not going to be coming out on iOS.
That's right.
Wow.
Did it not
Valve-
pass like
so-
a quality control or something?
Yeah, so Valve basically, they put out a statement kind of to clear the air about like what the heck is going on. And they said on Monday, May 7th, Apple approved the Steam Link app for release. On Wednesday, May 9th, Valve released news of the app. The following morning, Apple revoked its approval, citing business conflicts with the app guidelines and that had allegedly not been realized by the original app team reviewer.
What does that
So
mean?
Valve basically what they're saying is that Valve submitted it to Apple for approval. the team, because they have different teams that will, you have people that'll check the apps, make sure that there's not like malicious code in there. It's not doing something it doesn't say it does. Basically to make sure all the quality control is done and that it meets all of the guidelines of the specifications of the App Store.
Sure.
And they're saying that Apple's told them, hey, this went through, but this reviewer didn't understand these guidelines or wasn't aware of these guidelines, and it actually doesn't fall. It falls outside of these guidelines. And so basically they're saying like, look, this is no different than any other remote desktop applications that are on the App Store currently right now, because that's basically all that it is it's a remote desktop essentially and a viewer for that. Now, I will say that there was another article that came out from a publication called Touch Arcade, and this might have Apple may have gotten wind of this, or at least this may be their line of thinking, because one of their reviewers of it, who had obviously like an early access version of the application, they said it feels like there's some wizardry going on because it was working so well. And the Touch Arcade editor said he was quite frankly dumbfounded that Apple was allowing this to go onto their system because it was such a good experience. And he actually had a quote. He said, if you're the kind of person who always hungry for real PC-like game experiences on your Apple device, but you have been dismayed by the amount of junk there is on the App Store, you can basically just delete everything and just use the Steam Link app because it's that good. And there's no reason that anybody's ever going to want to buy anything else from the App Store. They're only going to want this and then buy PC games from Valve.
Wow.
So you have to think that that's probably like that Apple got wind of how good this app is and like, oh man, because the way that it works, it not only was on like iPhones and iPods and iPads, but you could also stream it to the Apple TV. So basically you have a PC game, you want to play it on your TV, you stream it over the Apple TV and you just use a controller and you're good.
Oh, wow.
So, I mean, when you look at it from that standpoint, that's where the whole like, oh, it's a competitive product and we don't want to sell a competitive product. It's like, well, that kind of makes a little bit more sense. But at the same time, Steam's very much got a point where they're like, look, this is basically just a remote desktop app and you sell tons of these right now. So there needs to be a little bit more specification done here. And obviously they've appealed and they've said that the appeal was rejected, but they've also like they're putting more pressure out there. Like, look, we want to release this app. We put out a whole press release about it after it had been approved before it was revoked. Approval was revoked. They're trying to put the pressure onto Apple to make sure that this actually goes through anyways. Yeah. And I don't know. I mean, Apple's legendary for sticking to their guns when they really believe something. But at the same time, I feel like during the Tim Cook era, more so than the Jobs era, they're kind of listened to reason a bit more, than they had in the past. So I don't know which way it's going to go. I don't know if it's eventually going to come out anyways or not. But at the moment, it's only an Android thing.
It's good to hear that it runs really good.
Right?
Yeah, that's really nice. I was really...
How often do you hear that? Like, I downloaded this remote desktop thing and it was awesome.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. I mean, for them to say it's so good, we're not selling it.
I know, that's saying something.
Yeah.
Unless they're like, we want to have our own,
Yeah.
True. Yeah.
That's great. So 2 million people sat and watched Bethsadia have a please stand by loop on Twitch yesterday.
Yeah.
And then a trailer happened. And we don't know what it is yet, but we know it's Fallout. We know it's called Fallout 76. And we know that we'll see more at E3. And so I've never played. Now I wish freaking Tim was here, but he's the only one. None of you guys have played Fallout either, right?
I played I played Fallout 4, but it just didn't grab me.
Right. And so Tim loved Fallout. I don't think he beat 4 though, but I know he beat 3.
No, I think he had to go to Disney.
He's like, oh, I'll get right back to this. And so we'll see what it's all about. I wish we could speak better on it, but like I said, I don't know Fallout.
It's so hard to look at that.
I'm just excited to see it.
That still picture, I can't look at it and not see Soldier 76.
Yeah, there's been a bunch of memes about Soldier 76 tied to that as well.
Why they would have done that? Like, just made it 77 and you dodge all that.
Right.
Who knows? They're probably not thinking. They're so head down and just working on it. They're probably like, what's Overwatch? I've been working this game for 7 years. No.
That is not the case.
But there is also, Kotaku has come out and they've said that some of their sources are saying that Fallout 76 is going to be an online survival RPG that's heavily inspired by games like DayZ and Rust. That's what they're reporting right now.
Don't mess around and get sued by PUBG.
Right?
I know, right? So we'll just have to see if all that turns out, what it actually turns out to be. I'm not a Fallout person. I've never had any real interest. So
I do like some Fallout Boy songs.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Yeah, that's a little different though.
Oh yeah, I guess that's different.
Just a little bit.
Never mind.
Just a little bit. But yeah, I know Fallout's one of those games, kind of like BioShock and almost in a way Call of Duty. Like the people who love it, they love it.
They do.
That's
it's
right.
Like
huge.
they're all about it. So I know it's a big deal. And a lot of people were super excited.
Huge.
Yeah.
People are really happy about that.
They get really bigly excited.
Bigly.
Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. Pokemon
Eevee.
Let's Go Eevee. Those
Pokemon.
trailers dropped today.
Yep.
And they're Pokemon games for the Switch. Some people are saying they're different. Some people are saying it feels like the same thing we've gotten. It doesn't look like anything I feel like we've gotten. And so what's really cool about it though is kind of they also have this, what was it called? The Pokemon Go, the Pokemon Ball Plus or something silly.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what it was called, Chris? Do you remember?
The Pokemon Go Ball Plus. Sounds right.
It's called
that sounds right to me.
Oh man. I think they just called it the Pokeball. And so the game itself looks like a Pokemon game. It looks a lot like there's a lot of elements of Pokemon Go in there. It's controlled with one half of the Switch control, so one Joy-Con held like with the thumbstick on the top, not like turned to the side like you would a car racing game. Not turned to the side.
Yeah.
There's Switch people and Pokemon people like, I'm not listening to this podcast anymore. I can't do this. Listen to him struggle through Switch facts and Pokemon facts. I've never played a Pokemon, but I'm excited. I think I've said in the past, if a Pokemon game came to Switch, I would play it, and I will play it.
There you go.
And it does tie in some way with Pokemon Go.
Right. And so this ball, you can use this ball as a controller because it's got a D-pad, like where you usually see the little light click on. It's got a D-pad right there, so you can play the game with the Pokeball. When you're capturing Pokemon, you can throw the ball. There's motion sensors in it, so you can do the thing. And then it also keeps the Pokemon that you catch in the ball, and you can put them into Pokemon Go or the other way around. Do you remember which one it is, Chris?
I think it's both. It'll go like, so if you catch things out and about, you can transfer them over the Switch and then vice versa. I think it goes both ways. Yeah.
So that's very cool that they're like just incorporating everything. That's the stuff that you wish for. You're like, ooh, I wish. No, it'd be cool if I could use all the Pokemon I've caught on Pokemon Go and use them in this new game. And that is actually the case. So you have a bunch of Pokemon. You can start this game with the whole library or cage full of Pokemon that you've caught already and bring them over to the game day one.
Yeah,
so,
and the aesthetic of it is very similar to Pokemon Go. Like on the screen, the way when you go to do the, I guess where you're catching them when you find them out in the real world and you tap on it and now you're going to throw the ball or use the Joy-Con or whatever. That whole interface and the art style looks very similar to Pokemon Go. They're very much like aligned with each other. So that it's very obvious that they kind of go together. And I think they've even said that this is like just kind of the opening the door because they're saying that there's going to be a more mainline new Pokemon Switch game that's going to be coming later on. This is kind of like to wet your whistle in a way.
Yeah, that's why I'm confused. I'm like, is this a full game or is this just like a value added to what the foundation that we're building?
My understanding, and I haven't been able to really keep up with, I've had a crazy week at work, and I haven't been able to really read into it and dive into it, but my understanding is that this is an actual new game, but it's set in the previous universe with the previous 151 Pokemon. It's tied into Pokemon Go, so it's not necessarily anything new in the world of Pokemon per se, but it's new because it's fully developed for the Switch. That's how I understand it. Like, obviously, Pokemon people out there can correct us and oops us all day long about giving us the real specifics about it. I mean, it may be a brand new one, but everything I'm seeing is that it's basically very much akin to Pokemon Red and Blue, but it's this new version of Pikachu Go or Eevee Go or whatever, and you can choose whether you want to have Eevee on your shoulder or Pikachu or however that goes.
Yep.
So, I mean, I feel like this one's like almost a reimagining, if you will, or in some senses, you could maybe think of it as like a remake of the original games, but on the Switch, updated. And this is kind of like supposed to tide people over until the new mainline game that's going to be coming, I think they said in 2019.
Interesting.
Our core Pokemon game, I guess I could say.
They are all in on Pokemon.
Yes.
Yeah, which they should, because like people have freaked out about this since the Switch came out. Like, it's got to be a legit Pokemon game. And then they said, yeah, something's going to come. And then, so even though this isn't, quote unquote, the core game, people are crazy excited about this. And back when I was playing Pokemon Go with Stacy a whole bunch, and that was, I think the Switch was already out at that point, but I was like, yeah, man, I'm there, at least there for a while. I got really into it. I was like, oh, now I kind of get the whole hook for Pokemon. It's like, maybe if one came out, I might be interested in getting a Switch and playing it and seeing what an actual Pokemon on the Switch would be like.
Right.
Yeah.
And, then my interest waned. And then I feel like this is great for people that are really into Pokemon and the Switch and everything. But for someone like me who is like, oh, you could have got me, like, this is way too late. Like, I haven't played Pokemon Go in forever, and I don't have any real interest in jumping back in. Even though I thought the art and everything looked really cool on this new Switch version, it's like, man, if you would have come out with this, let's say 6 months after Pokemon Go was really hitting the iron hot, you maybe could have gotten me hooked in there. I was like, okay, I think I'm gonna go buy a Switch, and maybe I could have got Stacy into it and all that kinds of stuff. But I feel like the timetable went a little too long for someone like in my position.
Well, and too, you got to realize, I don't remember where we were in the lifespan of Pokemon Go this time last year. So I don't know if it had already been the worldwide phenomenon where people are walking into stop signs and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think it had, at least, because I feel like I definitely played it longer than everybody else on the show, and I feel it got to the point where I really felt like it was only me and Stacy. We had one other friend that played, and I think he may actually still play occasionally. But that was pretty much it. Whereas when we got into the thick of it, like, everybody was doing it. I had people walking outside at work doing it.
Didn't it like hit at right around 200? I feel like I was in Nashville.
That's when it first hit, because I couldn't even log in at 200, and I couldn't get it to work.
That's right, because we catch Pokemon when we went and sat and ate at that restaurant. I know
Stancil and Gil did like crazy.
Yes. No, Gil didn't download it. It was me and Stancil. Remember, he was like, I don't play that. I think
Gil had it,
we were like,
too.
You got to download it. He was like, I'm not going to play it. We were like, come on. And I think he downloaded it. And then they played Eye of the Storm, and you guys tried to make me feel really uncomfortable.
Good times.
Yeah, I was so glad nobody was in that restaurant. So it looks cool. Coming November 16th. And then I'm guessing the Pokeball will probably launch a little sooner or right alongside that. Yeah, available. The Pokeball Plus will also be available November 16th. I like it. So it'll work, across those three. And I'm guessing across in the future.
Right.
Yeah. It lights up. You can take it wherever you want to go. Looks like you can go in your keychain, maybe. I don't know. No, maybe just your finger and your wrist. No, I don't know. What else you got, Christopher?
So it looks like Electronic Arts.
Oh, really? I'm just kidding.
Yes, it does. It does indeed. It looks like it. They're electronic. They make art. It's really awesome.
That's very interesting.
They're going to be pulling Rory McIlroy's PGA Tour from the EA Access Vault on May 22nd. So I guess that's already happened. Jeez, I'm already way back on my time frames here. But the reason that they pulled it is because the license for the PGA Tour titles has been taken away from EA and has been given to HB Games, who's the maker of the Golf Club. So the Golf Club 2019 is going to be PGA Tour branded, and it's going to have like full PGA Tour support. And the Golf Club is basically just a little indie game. They had the Golf Club, and the Golf Club 2 is what's out right now. I really like the Golf Club. Some people think it's a little bit too hard, and it is more realistic than like just the EA games, essentially. But once you kind of get the hang of it, it's a very rewarding game. I've had a lot of fun playing it. And so when I saw that the Golf Club was actually getting the PGA Tour license, and they're going to have like a full tour, and you're going to have where you can start a career mode, and you can earn sponsorships and have rivals that you play against, I was like, oh my God, like big ups to HB Games for landing this. This is a big deal for them because they really take their golf game and their golf tech seriously.
Yeah.
And so kudos to them for doing such great work that PGA Tour was like, you know what? Forget you, EA. You just
Wow.
mailing it in. We're going to give it to these guys who know their golf games.
Right.
I just thought that was a really cool story because you don't see that very often. I mean, can you imagine them Madden coming and being like, "Oh, we're pulling NFL, we're pulling this from you, EA, and we're giving it to ho hum diddly dum games." That just
I can't see that happening.
That's not something you see, you know.
Yeah, that'd be tough. That'd be a tough pill. Whoa, that'd be a tough
You're
pill.
doing some good work, ho dum diddly dum.
Oh, dum diddly dum.
Oh man.
I like the cut of your jib, ho dum diddly dum.
That's funny. So I thought this was kind of cool, and also following the trend, as Chris McCracken stated last year.
Woo.
There's a game called Fractured Lands that's coming out, and it's battle royale style,
Oh, no.
but it's also mixed in with twisted metal kind of thing.
Well, hello.
Well, hello there. Hello, Fractured Lands.
Hello, hello.
Nice to see you. Thanks for coming.
Thanks.
So it's from Unbroken Studios, studio featuring senior developers who previously worked on games like Battlefield, Medal of Honor, and Call of Duty. And it's coming to early access on Steam and PC on June 8th. And I signed up for the thing just in case.
Mm-hmm.
So
Nice.
it looks like, obviously big battle royale. But what's kind of cool about it is it kind of looks like Max. What do you call it?
Max
what's
Payne?
the movie?
Max Payne?
No. The other
Max
one.
Headroom.
The other Max. Nope.
Mad Max.
Mad Max.
Wow.
It kind of has the Mad Max vibe where it's just
Really?
like dirty, dusty, crazy looking cars with spikes on them and stuff like that. But you can hop out and shoot, but you can also outfit your car with like a gun on top of it and boosters so you can jump and stuff like that. So,
Nice.
kind of something that the other battle royales haven't totally implemented yet. I know H1Z1's got cars and stuff like that, but they're not like battle cars.
Mm-hmm.
And so it'd be cool to have battle cars. It just looks very Destruction Derby, Mad Max-ish to me.
Interesting.
Post-apocalyptic. And of course, there's a storm, because there has to be a storm to get everybody to the center point to keep the game moving.
Speaking of center point, what's the center point of a storm called? I forget.
The eye of the storm.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yes, and he remains in control there. And so Fractured Lands. So if you want to check that out,
Interesting.
do that like I did it. Go to fractured-lands.com and sign up for the closed beta. Hopefully I
Nice.
get in there like swimwear and I can let you guys know how it is.
Get in there like swimwear.
You know how swimwear be getting in there sometimes?
Not at the McCrackens.
There's too much.
Non-poolness.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No pool. There you go. Good job, Ed. Getting them out of that one. What else you got, Christopher?
The HB Games story was my last story.
Well, Ed, almost the rest of the show is you.
Alrighty, well,
Yeah.
we're going to talk about
Joe.
poetry and
The way to
Nice.
get the perfect grind of coffee.
that's right.
Mm.
Over on the Married to the Games YouTube channel, new this week, of course, as we mentioned earlier, the Nidhogg Hot Sauce Challenge.
What a
You can
terrible
go on
idea.
there and watch us suffer for your entertainment. You're welcome.
I
Yes.
shall watch again and again.
That's right.
Yes. They're going to get to the hottest one, and there's going to be enough time left that you're like, I think they try the next one. No, they don't try the next one.
No, man, no.
Just
We
enjoy them sweating it out and snotting on themselves.
we just complain for 6 minutes. Looking at our top 10 YouTube videos this week, combining the average watch time and views for the week of May 23rd through the 29th. Number 10, Watch Dogs 2, Part 6, Bottom Dollar Complete. Number 9, Drawful 2. Number 8,
Yes.
Married to the Games, Episode 297, Faux Shiganoff.
Faux Shiganoff.
Number 7, You, Part 4, Pink. Number 6, Ori and the Blind Forest, Part 14, Thornfeld Swamp.
Mhm.
Number 5, Gabe and Chris react to The Last of Us, Part 2.
Boop, boop, boop.
Number 4, Watch Dogs 2, Part 48, Ghost Signals. Number 3, Hue Part 10 University. Number 2, Hue Part 11 Ending. Number 1, Watch Dogs 2 Part 19 Paint Job. Do you guys want some free games?
Oh, I would love to hear about some free games.
All right, I'll tell you about some.
You got something to give out?
I got some over on the PS Plus side.
All right.
Little ditty called XCOM 2.
Oh, that's right.
There
Get
you go.
that.
I'm going to download that.
I might download it just because I want to play it on something where I ain't got to worry about it acting up.
Oh, right.
On the PC, it acts up a little bit.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
We've also got Trials Fusion, which that's a great game. I love that one.
You love all those games, right?
I love all those games. Are you kidding me?
Yep.
Let's see. For the PS3, we've got Zombie Driver HD. And
Well, of course.
Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Future Soldier. Over on the PS Vita, Squares and Atomic Ninjas. There you go, Gabe.
I mean, sometimes you're not, if you just a ninja and you're not atomic, sometimes there's a problem.
Might as well be chubby.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Over on the Xbox, for the entire month of June, Assassin's Creed Chronicles Russia.
Ooh.
Which I'm going to grab. I rage quit the second one. I never got the third one. So
That's right.
Might as well grab that one.
Yep.
From June 16th to July 15th for the Xbox One, Smite.
Yes.
Hey.
You want to get smote?
Get some Smite.
Get some smite. Get your smite on.
On the Xbox 360, backwards compatible on Xbox One, June 1st through the 15th, Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed. And from June 16th through the 30th, love it, Lego Indiana Jones 2, The Adventures Continue.
Ooh.
The Adventure Continues.
There you go.
Great game. Love it so much.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a great game. Such a good time. Especially if you know the Indiana Jones films, because Lego always makes little goofs and jokes.
No time for love, Dr. Jones.
You call him Dr. Jones, doll.
That's awesome.
And that's what we got for free games. Enjoy, you guys.
Nice.
Thank you, Edward. Well, every week we ask you guys a question. Last week was no different, except it wasn't really a question. We just said, tell us something good.
Please.
It's a nice time for us to reflect on our lives and count out the blessings.
Yeah.
Starting over on Discordia, we've got Chris the Rock. Back in March, we added our 5th baby.
What?
I said, tell me something good. Not something crazy. I snoozed a bit to announce it to you guys. I snoozed a bit to announce it to you guys for all of them, but there is no better time than now. Tell me something, #tell me something good. My oldest is 7.
What?
1 boy.
Wow.
4 girls. Wow. 5 kids.
Wow.
And they are beautiful. You put a picture up on Discord.
Yeah.
There are some beautiful kids. He'd get some money for 3 of them at least. That's why I always tell Remy, I'm like, you keep acting up, I'm selling your behind. I would sell him at a discount because he got bad attitude, but let's see. Nova Beyond, Patrick Novacell. I've been with the same girl for 17 years. I've been married 10 years to her. We have 2 beautiful, healthy kids, a home, and an incredible amount of love.
That's something good right there.
That is something real good. I love that. MLS Chop, something good. After 2 months of unemployment, today I started a new job.
There you go.
My gaming time will be cut down a lot, but having a paycheck again will feel good. Something great. This community. People on this Discord were super supportive when I got the bad news and had little success finding something early on. As someone that had to put on a brave face for my wife in real life, it was nice coming here to share/vent. Y'all don't know how much your words of encouragement meant to me these last couple months.
Yes.
Have we mentioned how awesome our community is? Come on.
know, right?
I'm just
Good
saying.
night.
I mean, try to find it somewhere else. You're not gonna.
Nope.
I don't believe so. Over on Twitter, we got Rainflow. When all your sleepless nights and energy drink fueled days pay off because I just graduated from college.
Hey, congratulations.
Nice.
Thank you for keeping me awake and entertained on some of my commute. I really love you guys, and I hope to join in a centennial episode soon. Keep being awesome.
Nice.
That's
awesome.
#AnswerMTTG. Arctic Warlocks @ArcticWarlocks. Something good? How about something awesome? The whole family, mom, brother, and their family, plus mine, total 11 of us, are going on a 7-night Eastern Caribbean Disney cruise this weekend.
Whoa.
Going to miss you all at MTTG 300, but possibly see you at 400. May 2020, question mark?
There you go.
Maybe.
I love it. I hear Disney cruises are awesome.
Yeah, that's what I hear too.
Nate Ingberg @Nate Ingberg. I'm leaving an office job, starting my own music business, and recording my first album this summer.
There you go.
Nice.
Entrepreneur.
I know. #AnswerMTTG. Hashtag something good.
That's awesome.
That is good.
Over on the Facebook group. Shout out our boy Scott Clark. Despite a stressful split with my former podcast team, I've spent the past couple months rebuilding with a new crew, and we're getting lots of positive feedback. It was one of the toughest periods I've experienced in a long time, but we overcame and are back on track. Also, I'm a few months away from completing my master's degree in urban education. December 7th can't come fast enough.
Wow. It's a lot
Scott
of schooling.
Clark. Yeah.
Right.
Doing the dang thing. We got
dang thing.
Yeah, all of it. Chris Tripp. I've lost about 140 pounds in the past year, and it feels great.
I bet.
Dang,
wow.
that's awesome. Congratulations.
Wow.
A lot of guys in the community have been working out and losing weight this year.
Good job, you guys.
So
That's
how
awesome.
much did
He lost a whole McCracken.
I'm gonna say? Did you say 140? Like he lost?
Yeah,
me.
he
I'm
said
gone.
140. Yeah,
I'm out.
See?
I'm out.
Thanks
Wow.
a lot.
I'm out.
Yeah, Router's already gone. That's just me and Ed.
That's awesome.
That is awesome. That's a lot.
Wow.
That's hard
that
work,
takes
Chris.
that takes
Yeah.
work.
Congratulations,
I've
man.
been
Way to
working out
stick
for a
at it.
couple weeks and I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is horrible. I'm like, yeah, so I understand.
Yeah, exactly.
That takes work.
140 pounds. Good for you, brother. Lord have mercy. Cohen Grizzard. My brother just became my new roommate. Couch co-op will be alive and well in this house.
Oh, there
Nice.
you go. I like that.
I like this one. Okay, here we go. Last one on Facebook. Sherry Crow. Since Chris joined the podcast, I get to hear things about my son's life that typically would not come up in our family conversations. Like the fact that he loves dad jokes. Who knew? And we decided to watch Anne with an E on Netflix he recommended on episode 297. And we are all hooked.
That's
I can't
such a good
imagine not listening to the podcast every week. I feel like you are all my adopted sons.
Oh,
That's
that
awesome.
lady. Oh, doggone it, Sherry Crow.
That's
I
awesome.
didn't see that one
You're
either.
getting
That
the
was-
biggest hug from me next time. Like
Yeah.
an awkwardly long hug.
Oh, nice. Also, Mom, can I borrow some money?
yeah.
She could be looking at Chris like, is he wrapping this hug up or?
Hey, Mom, I'm trying to buy a new car. Can you give me a loan?
Jeez Louise, what good
That's so cool.
what
Yeah, that
good
was
tell me something good. We got a voicemail.
Ooh, nice.
Oh.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Chalvi. I thought I would literally call in to tell you something good. Good things going on. After hustling for a while, I'm super stoked to say I'm going to be a principal of my own school. I'm going to run the ship. That's going to be wild exciting, but I'm also extremely nervous about it. My kids are healthy. They're happy. They still drive me crazy. My wife is not mad at me all the time, so that's good.
That is good.
And I am getting a raise too, so that's pretty awesome.
Hey.
And E3 is coming up, so there's a lot of good things going on.
Right.
And I'm alive, so I gotta love that. So shout out to you guys, man. Awesome work all the time. I'm still listening every week. You guys are the best. Keep it up. Peace.
Chowfie.
That's awesome,
That's
Chowfie.
awesome, man.
Congratulations.
From Chowfie.
We met and we all got to meet Chowfie last year at E3.
Yeah, we did.
How fun. Doggone it.
I did
Right?
recently erase his picture from my phone, or I
That's
colored
right.
all over it. But you know what? I still have the original.
Yeah, it's backed up in the cloud, right? It's backed up in the cloud.
It's backed up in
There you go.
Thank you guys so much for answering our questions. You know where to find us. Facebook.com/married to the games. Come join the MTTG community group. I'm telling you, it's going down, baby. Yo Street in a Range Rover. So you need to come on and join that. It asks you a couple questions. They make it like that. You know, just answer the questions to join the group. It's a great time. What's the problem? Ain't no problem here.
No problem.
Twitter.com/MTTGcast. Like Ed said, YouTube.com/married to the games. You can come to marriedtothegames.com and check out the shop. We got mugs, we got t-shirts, we got some controller skins, and soon we've got phone cases coming. I know I said that last week. It's still coming. I didn't say when, just they're coming. Now on Patreon, patreon.com/MTTG. And if you want to join us for Extra Life this year, it is not too early to sign up and start getting creative on how to raise money. I met with the guild leaders in Nashville last week, and it was awesome talking to those two ladies. They mean it. They are here for the kids. So come join us at extra-life.org/team/MTTG. And let's raise this money together for the kids. Am I right?
Yes.
I'm so right. And Chris?
Yes. Rate us on iTunes, and maybe next week we will unban Tim and he can come back.
Maybe. Watch your step, Tim.
Well, let's get into some questions.
All right, starting off over on Discord. Haven't heard from him for a while, but we have a question from Lil Stancil.
What?
Hey, little Stancil.
He must have been in trouble this whole time.
I
He must
know.
have been
I don't know
grounded.
what happened. He must have been in timeout. Maybe we banned him and we forgot. I don't remember.
Oh yeah, we forgot to unban him.
That's right.
Oh no.
He asks, what game do you think you are better at than you actually are?
Ooh.
Call of Duty.
Really?
Although actually in reality I'm not good at it, but I'm consistent. I will say
Yes.
that. Because
Yeah.
over all the iterations, when I look at my
least you think you
multiplayer
are.
stats, I consistently have the same KD over and over and over and over. So at least there's that. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not that good. I'm not that good at all.
Yeah.
I'll have
That's
those
a
games
hard
where it's like, I am a video game god. And then
Yeah,
I'll have like
exactly.
20 where it's horrible. It's like, well, no, I'm not.
Yeah. Probably Texas Hold'em.
Ooh,
I know it's not a
Yeah.
real game, but I definitely think I got more skills than I actually do.
Yeah.
that's definitely a real game.
When I leave the table by myself with no chips, I'm like, well, I mean, it didn't go that bad. I mean, could have been worse.
I think for me, it's probably kind of like Gabe. It's a little stretching the game, but it's probably air hockey.
Oh, yeah.
Because
I like it.
always go in confident I'm going to wipe some people up. And
And it
I
doesn't happen.
I just walk away sweaty.
Yeah. 3-7. Yeah.
That's right.
That's awesome.
Bad Gamer Elite, that Lem guy asks, when was the last time you were truly in awe of something not game related?
Ooh.
Hmm.
You know, this is going to sound weird. When we were in, where were we? Georgia
Mm-hmm.
a couple weeks ago. The place that we did the show sat on top of this really tall hill, and they had these kind of like cabin-like buildings out there where the church and the children's ministry met. And on the back of the children's building, they had this huge deck with rocking chairs. And you could just like, it was as far as your eye could see, just green, lush. It just looked like you were sitting over a forest, which you knew you weren't because you could see cities out in the distance. But like, I just remember sitting out there with Toby and Dave and Tim, and we were just talking and laughing. And I just kind of like sit back looking at God's creation like, man, this is something else out here.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was the last time probably. Chris?
Mine's usually the same thing where I'll just have, when we go on vacation or something, we'll go to an area usually that's kind of a little off the beaten path and surrounded by nature kind of stuff. And that's usually where I get those kinds of moments, because it's so, when you're in the city life and you're, nose to the grindstone, just doing everything, you don't really stop to look around really.
Right.
And so whenever I go on vacation, I'm always slowing down. And I mean, I think the last time we went to Seattle, when we went to San Francisco a few years before that, because we also went out to Yosemite, which was beautiful. And then when we go down to Arkansas with my in-laws, just down there, it's just so pretty. And to really sit down and like stop and just say, wow, look at all this, like all these trees and this beautiful sky. And just, this is crazy that this just exists where it is, I didn't have to go build that, it's just crazy.
Right.
Yep.
Ed?
Yeah, I'm kind of the same as you guys. When we were driving back from Pennsylvania, we were driving west, and the sunset was just one of those cotton candy, pink and purple skies. And it was just, it's just that thing of, if you saw this in a movie, you'd say, oh, that's fake. That's computer generated. And it was just a beautiful sky and really, really cool.
Nice. I like that.
Nova Beyond, Patrick Novosel, on this day in 1783, the first American daily newspaper began publishing in Philadelphia. With this little tidbit of info in mind, if you were given a section of a newspaper to write about anything, what would you write about, or who would you interview, or what would your section focus on?
Wait, way back then or now?
Now.
Ooh. Because that's two different answers.
That is two different answers.
Now I'd want to write on tech. Then I would have wanted to write on any serial killer that was around.
Ooh, that's good.
Interesting. Wow,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have thought of that.
Yeah. I think if I did now, I'd try to do, I'd probably try to do comedy reviews.
Yep. Which you've done.
If I did it then, it would be, I don't know, like Scurvy Alert.
Scurvy Alert. Oh, gosh.
like stay away from Pam this week. She's looking a little,
scurvy-ish. She look like she got a case of that old scurvy.
Right.
Oh my gosh, Chris.
I'm kind of a bit with you. It would probably be something tech related, or if it wasn't tech related, I might do something car related, because I really like cars and like maybe car reviews or something where you test drive a car and review on that kind of stuff. I've always been into cars, even though I haven't had one that I'm really super stoked about. I mean, my Honda Civic is fine, but it's not like the Mustangs I used to have and the stuff that I would go race on the weekends.
Amen.
But I've always been really into cars and stuff. And back then, maybe the best ways to kind of, hopefully, if you're lucky, avoid dying from gangrene.
I like it.
I mean, I think that could work.
Makes perfect sense.
I love it. Over on Facebook, Brian Niebel says, would you rather be made into a character for a video game of your choice, or record the voiceover for the character of your choice?
Ooh, have your face in the game or be the voice?
Yeah.
I do the voiceover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I gotta go with voice, even though it'd be really cool to be in it. But if it's not your voice, then, it's easy not to recognize. It's funny how many senses go into recognizing something. So if it looks like Gabe, but it sounds like Tim, are you, does it not look like Gabe anymore, really?
Yeah.
So I think the voice, I got to do the voice.
Yeah, I'm with you guys. I think it's going to be the voice for the exact same reasons you guys mentioned.
Call us.
There you go. You got our number. What's our Married to the Games number?
702-703-MTTG 6884.
There you go.
You know where to find us. Holler
Boom.
at We Will Voice a Video Game.
That's right. Matthew Serta writes,
Oh no, don't go over there. It'll be better than that.
I thought you were commenting on Matthew Serta.
No, that was my audition.
I thought you were coming on Serta too. I was like, oh, we asked him that question.
Yeah. I don't look at the questions ahead of time. I have no idea. I know he likes to ask weird ones though.
He asks, what current popular comic book character do people go bananas over, but you just don't understand why? For me, it's Harley Quinn.
You know, she wasn't birthed out of the comics. She was birthed out of the cartoon.
Yeah,
Just
but
a
she's
side
a
note.
big comic
But she's
character. Like
probably
she
in
has her
comic
own
now.
storyline
Yeah.
and everything. So
Interesting. I didn't know that.
I would say, the Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Even though if I could choose one person's powers, it would be the Human Torch. But I just don't. I don't like them just as a whole.
Yeah.
I'm like, y'all can do better. Than
Be
this.
better.
What say you, Christopher?
So the ones that I have not really gotten that much into, I'm coming around a bit, but people just tend to go nuts over the Guardians of the Galaxy, and I've just never really gotten that much into them.
Like even the movies or just the comic?
Yeah, I'm in the movies. I haven't read the comics. So the first movie came out, I saw it, and I was like, I mean, yeah, it was all right, but people are freaking out about this. And then the second one came out, and I actually liked it a lot better, but I heard most people say, like, I don't really care for this one. I'm like, well, I must be on the opposite ends for these, what these people like.
I did
and
not
then
like
when
the second one.
Infinity War came out, I liked them a lot. Granted, they just had a small part in that because it had so many people, but every time they were involved, I enjoyed it. So I feel like I'm slowly coming around. I need to go back and watch 1 and 2 again and see kind of where I am now.
I didn't like 2, man. Doggone it.
I know a lot of that's honestly, that's because I remember watching, I watched it was on Netflix and I saw it, and I was like, huh, this is pretty good. And then I went and searched out what people thought of it. And I was like, oh, wow, all these people that loved it really didn't care for this one as much. Oh, well,
yeah.
I guess I'm just on the opposite wavelength of these people.
Yeah.
Right. I'm going to go, as much as I hate to do it, I'm kind of done with Superman.
Yeah. I
think he had his time, but I don't think it's anymore.
They've not done I don't feel like they haven't done Superman well in a long time.
Yeah.
I feel like this guy looks like Superman.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I feel like there was parts in BVS where he felt really strong.
Mm-hmm.
But it feels like somehow they don't get his strength down well.
Yeah.
I'm like, when is he going to just feel like Superman, like the original superhero that can like do everything?
Mm-hmm.
He can fly, shoot like lasers out of his eyes. He's got X-ray vision, super hearing, super strength, impenetrable skin. Like you're like, this guy should never have a problem, but somehow always has a problem.
Right.
Yeah, I can kind of feel you on that.
You know what? I'm going to do one more. I'm going to do a bonus one. And I never really have gotten much into the Flash either. I just don't really I don't get
me either.
Why is the Flash a thing?
Yeah.
But he is. So.
Yep. He sure is.
I'm with you on that. Jason Marshall, did any of you ever beat Mike Tyson in the original Punch-Out?
Nope. I never did. I never beat Mike Tyson's Punch-Out or just Punch-Out.
Yeah.
I beat Punch-Out. I don't know if I beat Mike Tyson's Punch-Out.
Yeah, I think I don't think I ever got through the first round with him.
Yeah, I mean, he was tough, but I played a lot of that game, and it just starts becoming, you just memorize things. It's not really, you're not playing it anymore. You're just taking part in it.
I feel like that might be my favorite of the 8-bit soundtracks.
Ooh, really?
Is for Punch-Out. Yeah, anytime I hear that, I'm going to listen to it all the way through.
Yeah.
I love that music.
It was a good soundtrack.
Mm-hmm.
Over on Twitter, Marcus Suminen at Captain Makasu.
Mm-hmm.
What's highest on your E3 wish list?
I want a release date for Death Stranding.
Ooh.
A release date.
A release date. Either that or gameplay footage. I can't have one, I want the other.
I want a demo released for the Final Fantasy VII situation.
Oh, nice.
I feel like that's plausible. They could make a vertical slice that they could give you. That could have been done by now.
And I would appreciate it wholeheartedly.
Yes.
Yeah.
That might happen. I got my fingers crossed for you.
You know what's funny? Like I, there's certain things that I'd pay for a demo for.
Yep.
I'd pay for a demo for that. If they're like, hey, we got this demo, but it's $5, I'd be like,
yeah.
Oh yeah, no problem. If it was $10, no problem.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Ed, what about you?
I'm going to one up Chris, and I'm just going to say across the board release dates.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
That'd be on my wish list. I don't want time frames. I don't want just black screens at the end. Tell me you can push the date back, but just tell me what the plan is right now.
Yeah, just tell me what area. We talking spring, we talking fall. Exactly.
Yeah.
I like that.
Let's see. Last question here. Nerdish67 at dspin67. Gentlemen, you've expanded and now have a travel agency. I am your first client. I have a passport and want to go abroad. What country would you suggest I visit?
I've never been but Japan.
Ooh.
Chris?
I have never been out of the country, so all of it's a guess, and I'm just going to say New Zealand because I hear it's so pretty.
That's right.
And I want to go there.
I've only
he said New Zealand and take me with you.
Yes.
That's right. I don't know why your ticket was so expensive, but
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sitting right next to you.
Yeah, weirdest thing.
Our travel agency is we walk you through the whole experience at your cost.
Yeah, they say if you're over 75 pounds, you have to buy 2 seats.
That's right. I've only been overseas to Ireland and I enjoyed it, so I'll say that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
There you go.
I want to go to the Guinness brewery so bad. If that doesn't happen before I die, it's a travesty.
Ooh,
Hey,
you will
there's
make
only
it,
one
sir.
person in
You will
control
make
of that one.
Mm.
Good question.
Yeah, good.
That's all we got. Good questions, you guys.
That was it?
That was it.
Awesome. Well, the question of the week for you guys is along the lines of one of those, because we have to ask it before E3 gets here. What do you want the most out of E3? We just answered the question. Final Fantasy VII demo, release date for Death Stranding, release dates, because Ed is greedy.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, it's true. Let us know what you want to see most out of E3, and we will talk about it next week, and then we'll find out about it together that same weekend.
Oh, man.
Doggone it.
Ah.
I need to settle down. I'm gonna have the bubble guts.
I'm surprised you don't already.
If I don't settle this thing down.
Is that the band opening for us at 300?
How did you know?
Man.
Doggone it. Now it's not going to be a surprise for anybody. Thanks a lot,
I just
Ed.
love K-pop. That's all there is to it.
And ladies and gentlemen, the bubble guts.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
And they're the most pleasant sounding band ever.
Oh, sonatina sopana, baby. That was my
The
Korean.
guy from Six Flags commercials comes out and dances.
Oh, that guy. Jeez.
We don't have a Six Flags, so I don't know what commercial that is.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, man.
We'll send it to you.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
That dancing old man.
Hopefully he does. We could ask him if he'll show up.
There you go.
Thank you guys so much for listening. I am Gabe Patillo. That is Ed Placencia. That is Chris McCracken. Somewhere on Space Mountain is Tim Router, probably. And we are married to the games, and we are up out this thing. Big!